can be difficult to get insight to see things from a different perspective in a way that enriches our lives. But it is possible to do, and it starts with wanting to do it. Let's talk about it.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. Welcome, redeemers. And welcome to the redeemed. Welcome to you. Let's talk about insight on insight. So the other day I was sitting in meditation and it occurred to me, all right, I'm going to focus on a specific idea with the intention of gaining insight on that idea. And I thought, well, which concept should I try to get insight on? And the answer in my mind was insight. I was like, huh? Yes, insight on insight. I'm going to meditate on insight to receive insight about insight. And I thought, okay, actually, that sounds really cool. So I began. And at first, things went a little slowly. Maybe I sat there for a minute just wondering and thinking, trying to hold this concept of insight in my mind. Nothing is really happening. And I guess that happens sometimes. We have to be patient. Once we plant a seed, we need to wait for the fruit. Then the fruit did come. So the first thing that came to mind was about intention. And specifically, I started thinking about, before I do cognitive behavioral sessions, I will pray. And I will normally pray that this person begins to see things in a different way, that they will receive insight, and of course, that they will implement that insight in their lives and move towards a more fulfilling, productive, happy, joyful life. Amen. And the point of this in my meditation was one must set an intention. And it seemed kind of obvious, and like the elusive obvious. All right, if you want to do something, then it is vital that you really intend to do it. If you want to get insight in your life, then of course, you should intend, you should want or desire to get insight. And that is going to help you on your path to get insight. And the next thing that came up was a lack of ego or agenda. So I'm not going in with the intention to convince anybody of anything when I do these cognitive behavioral sessions. And I do try to avoid giving advice in general. Well, sometimes I slip, but I try to avoid that. The idea is, the vision I had in my mind at that point was like, if I have an agenda, it's something very rigid. I had like this line in my mind, and beside that was this grand nebula, this grand mystery, this grand chaos, the great mystery, one might say. And this is the complexity of unrestrained reality. So if we have this rigid structure, an agenda, like I'm going to tell this guy what's what, or I'm going to tell this guy about his life, well, it normally isn't going to work because life is a lot more complex than that. And by being humble, by setting our egos aside in one's own life, and when one is trying to comfort others, in that way we can explore the mystery together. So that's also the third point that came up. One surrenders to the mystery. Trying to find insight means letting go of past conceptions and exploring the unknown. And actually, this relates very much, once again, to On Becoming a Person by Carl Rogers. He talks about how in the beginning of psychotherapy, somebody might have a very fixed idea about who they are. And it's when they allow themselves to let go of their fixed ideas about themselves that they begin to become a person. That is, they begin to discover that they're an ongoing process. They're not a static thing. And their self from moment to moment might be very different. And it's perfectly fine to be that way. The final thing, it's like the additional point. It's about something that happens sometimes when I'm giving these sessions. Somebody will say to me, that's a good point. Or they say, I see what you did there, when I just asked some questions. And actually, in that moment, I have no idea what I did. I was just asking questions to try to explore things with them. And they attribute this mystery and insight to me, but it didn't come from me. I'm the facilitator in the exploration of an infinite mystery. And that's wonderful. When we explore that kind of thing together, they give me the credit. I try to tell them, no, it's not me. Like it is a collaboration. We are exploring together. And that's where the insight comes from letting go of these conceptions, setting the intention, moving into these mysteries. That's where we can find things that really change our lives. Some people go through their lives day by day, and it's easy to get sucked into this habit. Like we just do the same thing over and over, go to the job, go home, kiss the wife, go to bed. And we don't necessarily stop to think, what could be really different about this? What could be incredible? How could miracles happen every day? And all right, maybe things that happen will fall short of a miracle. And then again, maybe not. Maybe things will change in such a wonderful way if we begin to intend to find insight and to surrender a little, to let go of some preconceptions, to let go of our agenda of who we thought we were. And of course, to take action on the insight that we receive. Because insight plus action equals transformation. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for receiving insight when it comes. Thank you for being open to it. Thank you for exploring those mysteries, having the courage to gaze into the unknown and wonder what it might be like. Thank you.
A beautiful thought.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoy this episode, feel free to pass it along to a friend and give them a little reason why they might enjoy it, why you enjoyed it. And if you want to send me some feedback, feel free. My email address, kurt@beautifulpodcast.com. And have a great day.